Hello everyone, this is Vicki Verley. Thank you so much for joining me for your monthly Tarotscopes. These monthly mini readings offer a glimpse into what it's really like to have a personal consultation with me. A private reading is much more personal and in-depth. I psychically tune into your energy and get visions and impressions that are specific only to you. If you would like to order a personal reading from me, or check out some of the other products and services that I offer, you can do so by checking out the link below. And now, without further ado, on to the reading. Pisces. Hello Pisces, welcome to your October 2014 Tarotscope and mini astrology reading. Okay, I'm going to get shuffling up these cards for Pisces, and we'll see what wants to come out for Pisces for October. Alright, first card out, Sun in reverse. Sometimes it can mean drained of energy, feeling a little bit not shining, not at your fullest. Okay. In October, we move from Libra to Scorpio too. So those are the astrological elements that are at work in October. Because we're sure showing a lot of fire for you. Matter of fact, we've got Knight, King, and Queen of Fire, of Rods showing up here. So it looks like it could be some fire people you're interacting with. Or possibly some stuff that started in fire, that started maybe in Leo, and that this is still going on. Either if that's not applicable to you, maybe it started in Leo, or maybe this is something that's coming up in fire, which is going to be, we're going to have fire in Sagittarius. And in November, let me check. I didn't even really check. I'll actually have the stuff over here. No, we're having, it's going to be in Scorpio, and, well, actually, we are having a full moon in Aries. I take that back. Eclipse season. We're in eclipse season. And we're having a full moon in Aries around October 8th, so that could also be relevant for a lot of you. But let's get to the cards. It looks like relationships have been draining you, Pisces. You've got the Lovers in reverse with the Sun in reverse here, and Moon in reverse. And Two of Pentacles in reverse. So somebody's usurping your energy, and it's affecting you in many areas of your life. It's affecting you emotionally with the Lovers, all over, because the Sun is here. That's your prana, your chi, your glow. So you're being drained. You've got the Lovers in reverse. A lot of times it's somebody that you love and you don't want to, it makes it hard to cut them off or tell them enough's enough, or and you still love them. Often Lovers in reverse is love that's bringing pain. It's not bringing happiness and joy, it's bringing pain to you. So it's kind of the opposite of love, but you still feel something there. You can't really let go of it. Sometimes this is family. Lovers isn't always your lover, quote unquote. Sometimes it's people you love who aren't, there's no sexuality involved at all. It talks about love, especially when it's near the Sun card. And then we've got Moon in reverse. Well, Moon in reverse is just saying, period, that things are not clear. Moon in reverse is things are not clear, things are not, it can be in a lot of different ways. And it very much is like the downward side of Neptune, your ruler, and Pisces, how the one fish swims upward and the other swims downward, the symbol of Pisces. And that's kind of showing up here, too, with this Two of Pentacles. It kind of reminds me of that. So, of course, the upside of it, of Neptune Pisces energy, is spirituality, creativity, getting into those higher realms, emotional stuff. And then the downward side is escapism. It's usually through drugs and alcohol a lot of times. And you might want to look at this card. When I look at this card, if these droplets of water stand out to me, then I know it's alcohol or drugs for some reason. Well, because I guess it's liquid, alcohol. It can also be just the flat out lying. Some people just get kicks out of telling lies, telling lies. So there's some kind of that, and it can be deception too. It can be intentional deception. The upward, Pisces Neptune energy is not quite in 3D. It's not quite in our quote unquote reality. So you can either transcend reality through higher realms and spirituality and creativity and meditation and all those beautiful things, or you can be escaping reality through drugs and alcohol, or through getting yourself caught up in a bunch of lies or something. In this case, it doesn't feel so much like it's you. I mean, maybe in some cases this could be you, you know, and maybe there is some things that you have to deal with. One of the things is the money's can't be sustained anymore. So say somebody will say this is you, and you've been partying a little too much. You got to rein it in here. You know, the money's not going to hold up. But if it's somebody else, you know, maybe they're borrowing money off you because they have a problem, or they're missing work because of their problem, you know, and it's just like, well, I'm cutting myself short here. Because Two of Pentacles is like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to have to, I might have to not pay this bill in order to pay this bill. You know, it's one of those deals. So that's there. You know, we got all these fire people, but I want to say that both are in the upright position over here, and then we've got one in reverse. Well, normally the Knight and the King of the same suit is the same person. You know, almost always. Sometimes it'll be father and son to me, you know, or something like that, but more than likely it's the same person. And this could be when it's Knight upright, King reverse. It can mean that this person was really cool when you met them initially, when they were a knight, but then as time went on, they changed. You know, they weren't cool anymore. They turned in reverse. They turned into be anybody in reverse is somebody who you have a hard time with, who there could be a problem with, who's making your life difficult, who's not making things easy for you. And notice how he looks right at that money too. I really feel strongly like this guy is messing up my finances. Whether it's whoever, they're borrowing money off me, they are not paying money they owed, it's my boss and he cut me back to part-time, you know, it's something like this. And I'm feeling stressed about it, and I'm feeling deceived about it. Like I've been duped. I've been deceived, I've been duped. I was a fool to, that song, I was a fool to do your dirty work, popped into my head. So maybe that would be true for some of you, but that wasn't what I was trying to say. That just, sometimes that happens, it just comes right in and takes over. What I want to say, though, is the world is in the spread. The world is in the spread, and the High Priestess is in the spread. So both of these are very favorable cards. High Priestess is about just that. All you Pisces are very intuitive. Going into your intuitive nature, trusting what you feel. Rods is very much a sign of outward expression. So this could be like, well, what, you know, don't really listen as much to what's being said but what you feel or what's really happening. You know, some people can talk a good game. You know, they talk a bunch of bullshit, basically, you know. It feels like somebody could be talking a bunch of bullshit, and you kind of feel, you maybe want to trust them because you had a good relationship, but you got a feeling that's just like, I don't know, you know, and this is going to cut me short. I mean, I want to try to help people, but it's going to cut me short. You know, it's something like that. The world is here, though, and I feel there is a severing of ties of old relationships that aren't working for you anymore. And with these eclipses, that is what happens. You know, the eclipse season is coming up, and we're going to look at the chart in a minute. But yeah, so there's something that's been draining you. There's some sort of deception going on about it on some level, or some kind of things are not clear. You don't have a clear picture. You're not being told, seeing things clearly. Or I wanted to say you're not being told the truth, and I think that could be an element of that as well. High Priestess, go within, trust your intuitions. Also, because we are coming into eclipse season, and when the moon shows up, it can talk about lunar events. So we could be talking about the lunar eclipse here, the full moon eclipse on the 8th, which is in Aries and fire, which we've got a lot of stuff going on in fire. So that may be very relevant to a lot of your Pisces here. Okay, well, let's take a look at this chart, because it is going to be this eclipse season, and see what we're going to get here with that. All right, so we put Pisces on the ascendant. The full moon eclipse is in your second house of money. Notice second house is 2. We got 2 of Pentacles, 2 High Priestesses, 2. You know, we got the 2 fire signs, so 2 is a number here. 2 is the sign of the, even though this card is not 2, it's 18. But 2 is Cancer, feminine, the moon. You know, so there's a lot of 2 energy going on like that. And as I said, the eclipse is happening in your second house of money. Full moon eclipses will bring things to a head, but it can eliminate stuff. So, I mean, for some of you, there could be like a little shortage of income going on like that. But I want to again remind you that the world is here. So it's in the long run, it's probably going to end up being for your highest good. You know, maybe it's the job that you hate so bad. And with lovers there, maybe you even had a relationship with somebody at work and it's really uncomfortable now. That could be true for some of you, you know, that you had an office romance and now you have to work with them every day and it's uncomfortable. There's something about it that's draining and not good. Anyway, so yes, there could be a little bit of a financial setback for some of you, but with the world there, you know, and what price can you put on your well-being too? If something's really draining you and stuff, that's not a good place for you to be anyway. Okay, so then we're gonna have a new moon eclipse at 0 Scorpio, and this is that first eclipse is on the 8th, October 8th. I didn't mention that, and then the second falls on October 23rd in your 9th house of long-distance travel and higher education and esoteric, spiritual, religious belief systems and things like that. So a new beginning. Many of you, that would be a great time to like look into going back to school, 9th house. Maybe look outside because it's 9th house, it's long distance. Look outside of your hometown or look outside of your area that you live in or your city or even your country, because really 9th house I think of as overseas, you know, out of country, in a different country. So new moon could be coming up, is coming up, and it's the eclipse on the 23rd. The thing about eclipses is they last a longer time. You know, they last a good 6 months because we'll have another set of eclipses in roughly 6 months. So they're more powerful than your average new and full moon, and they last a longer time. Okay, let's take a look. What is the animal totem for Pisces going to be for the month of October 2014? Crow. That's my main totem. That's me, baby. Okay, crow. You can look this up on your own as always if you have an interest, but I'll be back with my little spin on it in a few, so stay tuned. The crow represents magic, myth, and mystery, and is one of my personal totems. They are highly intelligent and have excellent strategy skills. Often mobbed by other birds, the crow is not deterred. This reminds us to sing our own song, even if others reject you or your ideas, and try to clip your wings. Crow brings messages from other realms and reminds us to notice the synchronicities and magic that are all around us. Okay, before we go, I want to talk about the book Tarot in the Modern World. I know many of you watch these videos that are kind of learning how to read tarot. And if that's the case, this would be like the study guide or the companion guide. It's a book on tarot, really easy to understand, upright and reverse. It gives a little section about relating it to other cards, as I do in the reading, and a little poem to help you remember it. Really easy read, inexpensive, available on Amazon. You can find the link below. Also, many of you didn't know the designs in the background on my channel. These are from the Tapestry of Life mandalas, and these are art that I do that comes from your astrological chart. It's a labor of love. It takes many hours to do it. Each one has cool designs and imagery in it, and there's things, I give a little report of what I see, but I'm sure that many of you would see things there as well. And of course my other channels, I have the kids channel, Vicki Verley, but it's under Learning Songs for Kids, and if you have kids and would like to turn them on to some of my music, and I have some holiday music there if anyone would like to record it. And of course my VV Creative Shorts, where I do other music. It's me as a keyboard player and some other more rock-oriented music that I've written, if you want to check that out or somebody'd like to record that. And I want to thank you all for donating and liking and sharing and commenting on the videos, and people who are signing up for readings. I appreciate all of you very much. Remember that you are love and beauty incarnate, and I'll speak to you soon.